Philippines has made the biggest mistake in the entire Vitaly incident. They arrested Vitaly but let his mother escape the country. So how did this turn into one of the Philippines' biggest mistakes? Watch the video till the end. I've explained everything in detail. What no one is talking about is Vitaly's mother. How can someone leave their child alone like this and escape? In today's video, I'll explain how another nuisance streamer, who hasn't received the same limelight as Vitaly, is no less problematic. As you guys know, the story started with 3 people in the Philippines: Vitaly, his mother, and Slykane, the cameraman who eventually betrayed the whole country. And yet, he still hasn't been arrested. Right now, the Philippines has only arrested Vitaly, and he's facing all the consequences. But what's shocking is that his mom disappeared like she never even existed in the Philippines. When it comes to Vitaly's situation, his mother Elena played a very big part. Now you might be asking how she played a big part. It's because when children make mistakes, it's the parents who are supposed to teach them to respect people, not disrespect them, to help people, not harass them. But Vitaly's mom didn't stop him. And how could she? She's one of Vitaly's master copies. This woman was arrested in England before for interrupting the Cricket World Cup final. Just watch how she tried to get in, but failed miserably.
Yo, Lena, where are we? What's going on?
London.
You getting excited?
Kind of.
Yeah? Bit nervous.
Tired, but yeah. We'll see.
We'll see.
Sleep
Can be good.
days.
I can imagine that. You ready, Lena? You good? Let's do it. Let's do it.
In this confrontation, the most shocking thing is that she literally wore a Vitaly branded t-shirt and tore the clothes she had on top just to reveal the Vitaly brand in front of the world. Because, you know, it was the World Cup. Millions of people were going to watch it, and it would directly help Vitaly establish his brand, which is a ridiculous way of promoting. Although she failed to pull it off, Vitaly has done this stunt multiple times. Watch how Vitaly explains that he also did a similar action during the 2022 Football World Cup final.
Biggest thing was the World Cup. I was going to the World Cup. I was like, I'm going to show everybody back at the World Cup.
Yeah.
And I went to Qatar and I streaked the quarterfinals barely. And then the finals, they caught me through AI cameras. I made fake passports to go to get into the World Cup and stuff.
So, because they already had you banned.
Yeah. And then as soon as So I walked in with I lived in Qatar for a month.
To go do that?
Yes, bro.
Guys, can you imagine the level of dedication this guy has when it comes to making nuisance content? Just think about it. He traveled to Qatar just to pull off this stunt, which is ridiculously harmful to the security of every footballer on that field. So ask yourself, if people like him keep getting away without any punishment, what will they do next? And what kind of damage can they cause to society?
I went to Bali, and then in Qatar, they said FIFA wants visas to go to Qatar. And I'm like, and it has to get approved by FIFA. I was like, there's no way I'm going to get a visa to Qatar.
Right.
So before the date that the visa is supposed to be active, to be there, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I can't live here for this long. And I think...
How did you sustain yourself there? Like,
bro, fucking every day in a hotel room, nothing.
So when he was in the Philippines, he tried to pull the same stunt. His mom, and the cameraman initially tried to do some good things in the Philippines, but when they realized they weren't getting the results they wanted, and they were actually spending way more money doing good, and no one was watching it, that's when Vitaly, his mom, and the whole team started doing nuisance streaming. Here I've got one unseen video of Vitaly, where his cameraman Slykane, his mother, and Vitaly are getting ready to pull off a new stunt in the Philippines just before he got arrested.
Guys, if you're missing the live right now, we're headed to the hood, but before we head to the hood, check this out. This is all ours?
Yeah.
This is all ours. All the shoes for the kids, for adults. This is ours?
Yeah.
Can you open? What's inside?
Yeah.
Open. Wow. Okay,
Wow, very good.
We're gonna feed them. We're gonna feed them. Everybody needs love, right, Mom? Jesus is king. Thank you, Sky.
And by the way, guys, can you recognize him? He's the main culprit behind 90% of what Vitaly has done. If he wanted, he could have stopped Vitaly from doing all this, but even after knowing the damage Vitaly was doing to the people of his own country, he stayed quiet, all for money, and kept doing everything with him. What's sad is, he hasn't faced any punishment for what he did to his own people. Now, the real question arises. Since Vitaly's mother and the cameraman both helped him carry out everything he did in the Philippines, Aren't they also guilty, directly or indirectly, for being involved? Under Philippine law, a foreigner who harasses or disrespects Filipinos can face jail time, fines, and even deportation. Online harassment can get you 6 months to 3 years in prison, with fines up to 500,000 pesos under the Safe Spaces Act. Killing people without their consent can lead to 3 to 7 years in jail. And in more serious cases, the penalties can reach up to 24 years. Anyone who helps, including family members or cameramen, can also be punished, especially if public order is violated. So just because the Philippines let his mother escape, this could end up hitting the country hard. Why? Because now his mother can use Vitaly's money, resources, and connections to try and get him out of the Philippines. Whether it's through legal loopholes, bribery, or international pressure, her freedom gives her the power to work behind the scenes. And that's the dangerous part. The longer she stays free, the more chances she has to manipulate the system and potentially help Vitaly avoid facing full justice.
Love of my life leads me in the beginning, get arrested, almost deported, almost making $1 million a month to zero overnight.
The big news is, the president of the Philippines, Bongbong Marcos Jr., is now resigning everyone in his cabinet because he thinks the people of the Philippines are not happy with his government's performance. And how will this resignation cause problems for Vitaly? As you guys know, Vitaly is a multi-millionaire, and he has been racking up millions of dollars in donations, sponsor deals, and YouTube AdSense. He has even admitted that multiple times.
I was gonna get a multi-million dollar deal with poker stars.
In countries like the Philippines, it's way easier to get out of any consequences if you have a good amount of money. And these are not my words. Many people from the Philippines have said that. And you guys know that Vitaly's mother is free and she has access to Vitaly's money. She's trying her best to get Vitaly out of jail. So, with the lawyer's advice, Vitaly's mom has already done the money-related things, which I don't want to mention, but I hope you guys understand what I mean by money-related works. And the other worst part is that this guy's health is going completely downhill because of all the illegal substance use.
What do you think the worst you were doing at that time were?
Nobody ever knows this, but I had 3 doctors, bro. 180 pills in 20 days, so 30 milligrams. It was crazy.
But you're getting from different doctors. How did you not have a heart attack?
I don't know, bro, but the worst, I don't know. I never was a downer guy. Never on the flights here and there a little bit, but never to get high. Always uppers, you know.
Yeah.
But I would never wake up, drink. I would never wake up, do a line.
Yeah.
Never.
So yes, what's happening now is that multiple videos of Vitaly using illegal substances are going viral. And now, all the netizens are speculating that when Vitaly did all those things, he was high. That's the reason many believe he acted the way he did, and especially in a public place. If it's proven that he was high, it could lead Vitaly into even more serious trouble. In the Philippines, if you're caught using illegal substances and engaging in harassing or unusual behavior, you can face serious jail time under the law. Legal Mindset explained that Vitaly is facing severe health problems, and now it's easy to connect the dots. The likely reason behind his condition is that he hasn't been able to get those substances in prison, which is causing him to act crazy.
He is having a really bad time in prison. I can now tell you that he is having reactions. He is having arrhythmia. People are speculating in the prison this may be due to withdrawal, whether that's from or steroids or whatever else, but he is having severe or intense health issues, which, you know, we're going to follow up on, but they're not going to release him for that. They're taking care of that in the hospital. He's, of course, not going to die. He'll be fine, but he's not going well in jail. So it may be that he was on substances or hopped up on some sort of steroid or something else.
That's the thing. Everything could have gone very smoothly, but what the Philippines did wrong was letting Vitaly's mother go so easily. Now, with her freedom and access to Vitaly's money, she can manipulate the system. And in countries like the Philippines, many people say you can even live a luxurious life inside prison if you have enough money and connections. So guys, do you think the Philippines made a mistake by letting his mom escape? Please share your opinions in the comments. I'd really like to hear what you think, and thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video.